Hi Pisces, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. This is your November general monthly reading. Remember that these readings are general, so the only way to get an absolutely private reading with me, a reading that hones in on you specifically, is to get a private reading from my website. All the links are below, and you can also read my testimonials, which are really, really good. Also, I am now accepting donations onto the website. It helps with me going forward with this channel and putting out the best videos that I possibly can for you guys. My videos are always late because I work in the daytime. I want to turn this into something full-time completely, and it's been doing really, really well. So, let's have a look at what's coming in for you. By the way, guys, I'm not ill. If anybody asks if I'm ill, I'm not. It's just I'm not wearing any makeup. So when I don't wear makeup, I have dark under-eye circles. It makes me look a little bit tired. Okay? Just to let you guys know, because people are always saying to me, oh my God, you look so ill. It's like, you know what, I'm absolutely fine. It's just that I don't have any makeup on. Okay, so let's shuffle the cards. Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Pisces. Show me what's coming in for Pisces, Sun, Rising, and Moon signs. Show me what is coming in for Pisces. Show me Pisces. Show me the general energies in the two first cards. The overall advice on the bottom card, and the 8 cards that show some of the situations and events that could be occurring for the Pisces people. Show me what's coming with the Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. Show me 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 Pisces. Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. November 2015. Show me Pisces. Okay. Right, so I'm going to split the deck into 3 and I'm going to collect it back up. I'm going to take a card from the bottom, that's going to be your overall advice for November. 2 from the top. And 8 in the middle to show what events are coming in. Okay. Right. Oh. How interesting. It's funny, I've just been doing some personal readings before, and this Queen of Cups, whenever I get a Pisces person, she comes up all the time. All the time. You know what? This is a month of achievement for you, Pisces. It's a very, very good reading. Very, very good reading. Because this is triumph over adversity, I feel, in November for you guys. I really do feel that. We got 2 top cards that came out. Interesting. The 7 of Cups. And the Queen of Wands. So, it's funny because you come up as the Queen of Cups. You're water, she's water. She's always, these personal readings that I've been doing before, Queen of Cups, as I said, always comes up to represent, especially if they're females, the female. Now, the 7 of Cups is a card about choices. It's a card about options. It can be about being slightly confused at an option, okay? The Queen of Wands looks away from the 7 of Cups, so she's kind of turned her back on options, or turned her back on what she thought maybe she was going to get. So maybe this is some kind of love triangle for some of you guys, and you win out the day on that, okay? Because the Queen of Wands, I'm looking at her and she turns her back on. She's not looking at the options. It's not Queen of Wands and the 7 of Cups. It's 7 of Cups and the Queen of Wands, okay? So in another explanation from myself on this Queen of Wands, it could literally be that your dreams become your reality, or the 7 of Cups is often a card about dreams, but things that were virtual, up in the air. Maybe with the Queen of Wands now, we take that dream and we turn it into something active, which is what the Wands cards do. They're about motivation. They're about turning dreams into a reality. The reality is usually the Pentacle cards. But the wands are about taking action. They're about motivation. They're about going for something. They're about movement. They're about fire. So it could be in two ways. If there is another woman that has been involved in a situation with you guys, I feel that she'll be the loser. Because Queen of Wands looks away from the dream. Okay, which to me suggested admitting defeat on something. Alternatively, for me, the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Wands could literally be taking those dreams that were all up in the sky, or something maybe that you didn't feel that you were going to attain, because the Seven of Cups can often be a card at looking at something through a lens, or looking at something that you feel is unattainable. If you look at this guy on the Seven of Cups, he's looking at 7 shiny cups. Some stuff in it is good, some stuff in it is bad, but he almost feels that these things are on a cloud and that they're unreachable. With the Queen of Wands, she's confident enough to take those dreams and turn them into something, because this character is a very, very confident character. Okay, she's very busy, she's very lively, she's very kind of abundant, she's all over her business. So it's literally, for some of you guys, you could be turning something that was once in the virtual into something that is now very possibly a very strong opportunity for you. I'm going to read you the advice card afterwards, okay? Because I like to get down to the reading and then see how this advice would tie in with it. We've got the Seven of Wands. And we've got Judgment. Now, the Seven of Wands is a card about having to stand your ground. It's a card about fighting off finger pointers, okay? So I always see the 6 Wands as being pointing fingers, Pisces. People who are kind of like, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But this man stands his ground. He fights until the bitter end. He's like, I'm not budging on this situation here. And you know what? You do win. You do win, because we have Judgment here. This is the card of birth and liberation. It's the card of a new you. It's the card of coming out of a time where you may have felt, you know, it's really funny with the tarot, but these cards, as I've always said, can be just interpreted in so many ways. When I look at the Judgment card in connection with the Seven of Wands, sometimes we can be in situations where people are defeating us, or it feels like we're being defeated, and we're holding our own. On this Seven of Wands card, this guy's on very, very rocky ground. He's not stable, okay, but he's still having to try and hold his own and keep a brave face, and he's still kind of fighting that good fight. But even in fighting the good fight, we can still feel defeated, but we still need to go on and move and fight another day. And with the Judgment card, it's all about being asleep, but then being awoken again. There's a rebirth. There's also judgment on that. Okay? There's also a judgment on it. There's also a... what am I trying to say here? There's a judgment on... within the Judgment card. It can be about people trying to judge you. But I feel within this, it's a case of that when we fight, even if we're fighting the good fight, we can still sort of, I suppose, feel dead inside, because you fight so much and you fight so hard that there's a point that you come to where you're just fighting because it's for the sake of fighting. Okay? You're just having to stand your ground and get yourself through the difficulty. But here in the Judgment card, what I see is release. That's what I was trying to get at. I feel there'll be a release for some of you guys in November from a difficult situation. And maybe that's, if it's with a third person, a second person, you know, if it's 2 women, for example, we've got 2 queens in a reading here, which can signify enemy, or women that don't like each other, or women who are polar opposites. But you win because we have Judgment here, release. 7 of Wands is not release. 7 of Wands is restriction, but Judgment is release. If this is a love triangle situation, we don't have many love triangle cards here, but if it is a love triangle situation, what we have is somebody who's turning their back on the dream. Queen of Wands turns her back on the dream, but Queen of Cups looks towards the dream, because the next 2 cards we have are the 2 of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is you guys. You're looking towards some form of partnership or companionship coming in for you in November, okay? There's some kind of a coming together. And I feel that what's happened here, looking at these 4 top cards, is there may have been some adversity maybe in something happening. Okay? There may have been some difficulty, some kind of infighting going on. But what's happening is that here we have two people coming together. This is you, the Queen of Cups, looking at this relationship. Queen of Wands looks away from something that was tempting. So she looks away from temptation with the Seven of Cups. She doesn't look at it. She's looking away from the opportunities. But the Queen of Cups faces the opportunity. So she faces the partnership, not the Queen of Wands. So if it's a love triangle or you're fighting out over someone, it simply means I feel that you will be the winner. You're definitely looking at something new coming in for your life. Romantic-wise, I feel. Okay? Judgment can also be a decision that's been made on something. So maybe the Seven of Wands could be a man fighting a competition. He makes a decision with the Judgment card, who he wants. Maybe this is the Seven of Cups. The Two of Cups is the partnership. The Queen of Cups looks towards the Two of Cups. She faces it. So she faces a new relationship. That's you guys, Pisces. I see the Queen of Cups representing Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. She usually represents Cancer, but she's always come up for Pisces or Scorpio or Cancerians when I'm doing readings. The bottom cards, again, show fighting, infighting there. But what's interesting is we have the Knight of Wands rushing towards to fight up this break up this fight. So you have a saviour here. Somebody rushes in, there's movement. And again, it is interesting because we have the themes of restriction and release. Five of Wands is restriction. Nobody wins in that fight. Everybody's too busy trying to get their point of view across. This can sometimes be childish fighting. So petty arguments. But here we have someone that rides in to disband it. Here we have movement. So again, it is restriction, but then there is release. And it's interesting that under the Two of Cups, we have the Five of Pentacles, usually seen as a card of loss. Restriction. Okay? But again, we have release. Four of Swords. Very, very interesting reading. It's really, really weird. Okay? And it runs all the way through. Seven of Cups, restriction. Queen of Wands, release. Because she's confident, she's outgoing, she's flamboyant. There is nothing restrictive about this Queen of Wands. But Seven of Cups can be restrictive. Especially when you're holding so tightly onto a dream that you feel will never be yours. The dream is released with the Queen of Wands. Seven of Wands, restriction. Judgment card, release. Two of Cups is not restriction because the Queen of Cups looks at the Two of Cups. So this is something that is now coming to the fore for you. I feel a dream will be realised for you guys in the month of November. Five of Wands, restriction. Knight of Wands, release. Because the Knight of Wands charges ahead and he doesn't let anything stop him. He just rushes towards his goal. He's on fire. He goes with his passions. So Five of Wands, restriction. Knight of Wands, release. Five of Pentacles, restriction. Four of Swords, release. Stepping back. Breathing again. Release from poverty. Okay, so maybe some of you guys will have money problems or have money problems. To me, we have Five of Pentacles, which can be restriction due to financial issues. But the Four of Swords says, just release it. It's fine. It's going to be okay. Release from that. You're going to have a time of being okay. Stability coming in for you. And it's funny how the Five of Pentacles, those two people who feel that they don't have support, because they walk towards the Four of Swords, a time of recovery. So recovery from loss. It's a very, very good month, Pisces, to come back and to recover from anything that you might feel that you'd lost in October. Because you haven't. Not with this reading. Not with this reading. You are, for some of you, facing a romantic partnership coming up because we see this Queen of Cups face the Two of Cups. She doesn't look away from it. She's looking towards it. The picture on the card is facing the Two of Cups, so she's facing the partnership. Okay. It could be a relationship that has gone through some difficulties. Maybe other people are poking their noses in. But they won't be poking their noses in for much longer because what we have here is there is release from competition. There is, with the Judgment card, after the Seven of Wands, as I see it, the Knight of Wands rushes in to disband any restriction within the Five of Wands. Okay, so that's pure movement. He's rushing in to break up that restriction. Okay, and then the Five of Pentacles, the two people on this who feel that they're out in the cold, have no support, are restricted by their circumstances, are not restricted by their circumstances, because we have the Four of Swords. They're actually walking towards recovery, healing. Very, very good reading. You've got a very good month, I feel, coming up in November. Anything that you feel was restricting you in a certain area of your life, I feel will be released. And it's going to be an open road to you manifesting exactly what it is that you want. Your advice card is the Page of Swords. It's an interesting advice card to get, actually, the Page of Swords is, because whenever I've read the Page of Swords, it can be a card of defense, it can be a card of disappointment, but it's not. It's a card of, it's not totally that. I feel within this reading, this Page of Swords, you remember the swords are all about our challenges, but what do we do when we face a challenge? We've got to stay and defend it. And this is what the Page of Swords, I feel, is saying in your advice card. Don't back down from anything that you find restrictive, because it will turn out just right for you. Stay and fight another day. Stay and face it, because it's going to turn out okay. This is a card of defense. Defend your beliefs. Defend your ideas. Defend yourself in challenges, because you're going to win them. So for the month of November, Pisces, it's a beautiful reading. The walls are coming down, the barriers are coming down, and what you are actually going to find is the very things that you thought were going to restrict you are now starting to dissipate. Okay? That's your reading. I'd like to say thank you very much, Pisces. I'm going to try and come back with the yearly readings soon. See how much time I've got. I have a lot of readings that come through on a daily basis, personal ones. I'd like to say thank you so much for your time, my darlings, and I will speak to you really soon. Take care. Bye-bye.